Okay, welcome everyone to Beyond the Barbell. I am your host, Nicole Zenobia Graham. Your other host for today is IFBB Figure Pro, Lou Thaustin. Today, number one, we just want to thank everyone for their continuous support with Beyond the Barbell. Always staying with us with our posts on a daily basis, always engaging with us, answering any questions, asking us questions for us to answer things that you guys want to see more on Beyond the Barbell. So please continue to do that. Anything that you guys are interested in learning from us, any specific topics that you'd like us to cover, please let us know and we will do our best to get that stuff covered. Today, we have a very special guest today. Her name is Brittanee Johnson. She is an IFBB Figure Pro.
Yes.
She is a rookie pro, and even better, she has already placed her stamp on an IFBB Pro stage at the top 5. Pro debut, top 5. So that's already a big accomplishment to begin with. So Brittanee, welcome.
Yes, hi everyone. Thank you guys for having me on today. I'm very excited to talk to you guys and just look up to both of you. So thank you for having me on.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, no problem at all. Thank you for giving us some of your time. We do understand that everyone is busy, so thank you so much. So for starters, of course, you know, the number one question we always ask everyone, why figure? What possessed you to get into this division?
I mean, I love the look of the figure ladies. I mean, just the power, the elegance. I tell my husband all the time, just the pageantry with bodybuilding. People don't really see it that way, but it's such a pageantry. I mean, I love the fact of getting dressed up and the heels and all of it. I did consider physique at one point, but I wanted the heels. So I was like, let's do figure. And just making sure the roundness and the true X frame was there. Like that's the look I wanted for myself. So yes, that's why I decided to do figure.
Hey, sounds like the same reason I did figure.
Same.
The heels, the X frame, the balance from top to bottom. These women just look like real life superheroes. We say
exactly. Exactly.
Yep. Okay, so how long have you been competing? How long did it take you as an NPC figure athlete to earn your pro status?
So I started in 2020. It actually only took 4 shows. So I did the NPC Show of Champions. Then I did City Limits in 2021. And then I did the NPC Texas Classic. And City Limits and Texas Classic were in the same year. But the NPC Show of Champions, that was the one I did in 2020. So I won overall at the NPC Texas Classic.
Ooh, beautiful.
And
overall,
I got to punch my ticket.
Love it.
So was really excited because that was the first time they were actually paying for your admission to the Pittsburgh show. So I did the Northern Classic, and North Americans in Pittsburgh. And I got my pro card there and the Classic B division. And so Class B, And so with that, again, the 4 shows, just was super excited. My husband was truly praying. He's like, we have to get this in 4 shows because, it costs a lot to do this. People don't look at that, and we're like, hey, give it your all, train hard, and let's see what, God says, and we'll go from there. And 4 shows is all it took, and got my pro card and got to do my first pro show this previous year. So was super excited.
That's exciting. How did you feel on that stage when you knew that you worked your butt off and your pro debut and it was here? What you worked so hard for is coming into fruition. How did that feel?
It's exciting. I mean, I will say being there, even for the meeting, I wasn't expecting this pro meeting because, you know, on the NPC side, we didn't have any pre-show or pre-day meeting. It's just you come check in, they give you the rules, and then you leave. But getting to see the girls and being around all these different pros, because bikini was there as well as figure. And so it was just really exciting because everyone was really nice. Even walking on stage, you know, you got a little bit of nerve. But my thing is, I don't look at everybody. I'm kind of like, okay, I'm in my own zone. I'm doing my own pump up, and I kind of just tune it out, have my, what I call is my game time music going.
Right.
You know, hey, this is my focus, and I'm just in my corner worried about me. Once you get on stage and you do your posing, after that, it's kind of like, hey, I did what I came to do. We'll see if the judges agree, and then, you know, what's the first call out going to be? And luckily, prayerfully, it was first call outs for me, which I was so grateful for. Super excited.
Oh, I'm sure it was. You know, we're gonna post up some photos
Okay,
here,
good.
and so that everyone can see exactly what you look like. Because I mean, first call outs, top 5, well deserved. Beautiful structure, shape, symmetry, conditioning was beautiful. So I definitely see you doing some really good things here on the pro circuit. Who's your coach? Who are you working with?
My coach is actually my husband.
Okay.
I know, I love it. It's a good thing and a bad thing.
That's what I was gonna say. You love it, but does he love it all the time? Because
you know, he does. We've gotten better. Like after the first show, I was kind of like, okay, I give full control to you. I'm not gonna give too much pushback, but our compromise is, as far as the weights are concerned and everything, he takes that over. And sometimes in between my workouts, it's like, hey, can I go do this? Hey, I want to jump rope. He's like, okay, cool. Go ahead and do that. Because with me, I can't stand still in between sets. It's just pretty crazy with that. So having my husband be my coach is truly a blessing, though, because I know I can trust him. I know his best interests in me. And he's actually the reason why I started bodybuilding. You know, you date some people that really don't understand why you want muscle, why you like to lift. And he's like, hey, you want to lift this? He encourages me to lift heavy, which I love. And so with that, it just truly has created a bond, because we met back in the gym before we got married. And so, you know, it's just people ask us all the time, y'all don't get tired of working out together? Like, no, this is
our mates.
Exactly. Like, I love it. I love it. Like, we could even be bickering on the way to the gym, and by the time we're done with the gym, you know, it's like, I love you. You know.
You know, I mean, that's a good workout. Yeah,
it is. So, yes, but my husband's my coach. It's just a bomb relationship.
Love that. I love that for you guys. Absolutely.
That is amazing. Wow. I mean, you know, my training partner at one point, you know, was, you know, my significant other. I mean, every once in a while, you know, we'll, you know, train here and there, but, you know, our goals are completely different now. So we don't really train like that together anymore.
Gotcha.
But I mean, the cool thing about it is, I mean, just because we do obviously live together, I'm sure obviously you live with your husband, but for us, it gives us time to kind of miss each other. And I could be like, oh, how's your day going? Right. As before, since we were just always together all the time.
Gotcha.
Like, hey, we don't really talk. Well, can't really talk because, I mean, I know what you did. I can't ask you what you did because I was right there.
That
gives me a little bit of
That's true.
No, you're right. And I think honestly, now I gotta check myself, because you're saying that, you know, you're not giving as much pushback. I gave my significant other, my boyfriend, who trains me, pushback just this week.
You know,
it was just yesterday. He was like, Lou, you're gonna do these squats today and yada yada yada. And I'm like, you're doing these squats. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why am I like this? Right. So you're bestowing some knowledge and you're helping me check myself right now. So shout out to y'all.
Because I'm telling you, I would look at the weight and I'm like, are you sure I need to be lifting? He's like, yes, go ahead and lift it. Or I'm like, that's not heavy enough. I want to lift more. And so, just at that point, I'm like, I don't even look at it. He'll set it. I do whatever the exercise is, and then we go from there. But yes, Lou, I had to learn.
Oh, I love it.
And the results are, and I tell them all the time, the results show themselves. Yeah. So I was like, when I fully turned it over, I can't complain. Yes. It always proves on peak weeks. So
yeah. Oh, I love
exactly. That. And why not be on autopilot? You don't gotta think. It's fine.
Exactly. I'm just enjoying the workout from there. So yeah.
Exactly. Do you have any background before, getting into bodybuilding? Like, were you, in the sports, an athlete?
Actually, yes. So I started dancing at 5. And so I danced for my church actually recently, but I was in drill team in high school, ran track, played volleyball, you name it. I was active. Me and my brothers, we used to compete on who could do the most push-ups, sit-ups, and I'm the oldest, but I got these little brothers trying to challenge me on who could do the most. So, but yes, I'm a part of the dance ministry at my church. So that keeps my cardio up. Because I wish I could send y'all a video of some of that. You may see it on this page sometimes.
Please do.
Because when I say
we would actually love to add that.
Average, like my director, Ava Howard, she challenges us quite a bit. So, and she always uses me as an example. She's like, you have to be fit to do this, to do these dances. Yeah. And I'm like, I got you. So she motivates me to make sure that I stay conditioned and all that. So
where are you based?
I'm actually in Dallas. I live in Red Oak, though, in Dallas, but I'm in Dallas.
Okay. Nice. We know quite a few people out in that area.
I know you
do. Now, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to.
Okay.
I know a lot of people want to guard this, their next shows or for the year. Mm-hmm. Are you eyeing any shows this year or the next couple of weeks or months?
I can say I'm aiming for July. Okay. That's what I will put out there. I'm aiming for July.
Okay. All right. Well, you got. All right. I'm not going to say you have a lot of time because the time is fast, and we don't want to go
fast.
Yeah. So you don't have a lot of time, okay?
Right.
If you said December, I'd be like, nah, girl, you don't have a lot of time. You
don't. And people don't realize that. You do have to plan. And I have 2 boys, so between their schedule and working out, and then my 9 to 5. People are like, when do you work out? Don't even ask. I don't know if it's going to be morning. I don't know if it's going to be night. But it's going to get done. So
you know what? That's great, because another host of ours, Larhana, she's also a mother of 2 children, and it's women are impressive in general, but you factor in the women who are able to or have children or want to have children, who are also living this lifestyle on top of doing, whether they're a stay-at-home mom or whether they're going to work, and then they're still doing something like this, which a lot of people say is a very selfish sport. And you have to be able to still provide and be there emotionally, physically for your family. And I think that's another reason why I think your partnership is just thriving, or it seems to be thriving, because you guys have found that balance where he respects what you do, or you respect what he does. Right. You're still able to raise your children together in a home and still get your passion, done. This is your passion, and it's a beautiful thing. So props to you and your family for this. And I know it's not easy.
It's not, but I tell my husband and me, we both want to illustrate to our boys that it's never too late to go after your goals. If you say it's a selfish sport, but if you flip it, it's not selfish, showing them that you can be successful in anything that you put your mind to, and you have to do that and be dedicated and consistent in it. And you'll see the success if you do so. And so that's what we try to illustrate to them, making time for them. I mean, because one's about to start soccer and rugby. The other one's coming to the end of his basketball season, and we don't miss a game. Okay. That is
awesome.
Thing. So Yes, just organizing it. So yes, having that partnership with my husband and him being my coach is helpful because I can sit up there and we can draw up the schedule of when we're going to actually have time to work out, when the games are, and when early pickup is and all that. So yes, partnership
I
is
love that.
definitely key.
That is awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
Seriously, that is super inspiring. Anyone who does have a family, does work a 9 to 5, does have, a spouse, or whether their spouse happens to be, coaching them or their workout
Right.
partner. But just to know that you guys can work around each other's schedules and just make everything work in general, because I mean, we know what it's like in prep.
Exactly.
and how
The
hard that can
moods
be.
and everything.
So, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So trials and tribulations.
Mm.
What would you say would be some of the things that you've had to deal with on your journey to getting your IFBB Pro card?
Wow. So a lot. For instance, before I got started, the reason why I didn't start truly in my 20s is because my husband was going through some health situations. And so I had to put that first. And so stepping back and making sure that he finally, because he is a 2-time kidney transplant recipient. And
Wow.
so after he got his kidney transplant, I was like, hey, after recovery, after, making sure he was good to go, I was like, hey, can we go for it? And we did, and putting that into motion was the first trial that we had, because we had so many plans, but we never negated them. We made sure that we actually still kept them at the forefront and did what we needed to do to get there. Second thing, I think after my first show, I ended up tweaking my wrist a little bit, and y'all know how that is. If you never really realize how much you need your wrist
Yeah.
until something happens to something.
Yeah.
And so just pushing through that and making sure it got back to where it needed to be for me to lift as heavy as I needed to make those muscles pump and all that was key. Before my pro debut, I actually ended up getting COVID. And so my plan was to compete in July, and I didn't end up competing until September because I wanted to push the show back for that reason. Yeah, but those have been certain trials throughout the time. I mean, being a homeowner, we ended up having an AC issue with one of our coils. And like I said, bodybuilding is expensive. So it was either compete or pay for us to have AC. And like I said, we're in Dallas. So August,
that might help with prep. If you didn't have the AC, you could sweat it out a little bit. So everybody's prepping in the family. The husband, the kids, the dog, everybody. We all
sweating, all good to go. Yes.
Wow.
So those types of things. Yes.
Okay. Jeez. All right. So we know what we're planning to possibly do this year. We know when you're trying to get back. Definitely sounds like a plan. I'm looking forward to seeing it, to watching it. So we have quite a bit of followers, fans out there. Plenty of people who maybe want to get into the sport. Plenty of, NPC figure athletes that maybe even already seasoned athletes, even IFBB pro athletes. What are some words of wisdom that you can leave with them for their journeys for this upcoming year?
Yeah.
Plan it, be dedicated to it, be consistent in it. Those who are not for it, don't listen to them. Because you know what your desires are and you can't push them aside for anybody because it's being put on your heart for a reason. So don't stop yourself. Don't get in your way. Make sure that you're pushing through any obstacles to get to that final stage.
Also, to piggyback a little bit and just to ask a little bit more of a question for you is, thank you for that, by the way. Is there, I know we mentioned that you are, you go to church, and if that's something that you feel, if any, is there something that you feel keeps you grounded or kept you grounded? Something inspirational? Is there scripture that you hold dear to you? Is there something for you that you, oh, I love this. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
If there's something that you felt like it helped you, then maybe somebody can look on that scripture, whatever their religion is, and
Right.
just look into something, if you have one.
Yes. So my favorite one is actually Matthew 5:14. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. And so I love that one because I tell my boys all the time, you have a talent, you have a vessel. So if God is sitting here and giving you the power to work out in this instant, and he gives you that, don't hide your light. Be that light on stage, have fun, make sure that that's reflecting on stage, because again, like I said, don't let anyone dim your light, because he has instilled it in you. He's, like I said, given you the passion to want to compete, to want to have a certain look and figure. And so let that light shine so that others are inspired and see that in you and are drawn closer to wanting to stay fit, wanting to do their goals. And so I just use that scripture for that reason, just to remind myself not to be dimmed by anybody, because, you'll be working out at the gym and you'll see somebody look at you a certain way, like, and you just have to be like, no, that you may not like this, but I love it. So I'm going to continue doing it.
Can you repeat that scripture?
I love that. That was beautiful.
I am a pastor's daughter, so I'm a shake to my dad. So please.
Awesome. Matthew 5:14. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden.
Love it.
Yes, love that. That's about to be on a t-shirt.
Okay. not us jacking scripture for our merch.
Right. Awesome.
Wow, that was beautiful. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for asking that. Definitely.
Because I know, honestly, like, and even the strongest people mentally, or you know what I mean, we need something,
Yes.
and you may be the strongest looking or the strongest physically,
Exactly.
but a lot of us are weak mentally.
Yeah.
And being physically, alone or doing something, in this type of atmosphere or just competition in general,
right?
You can't always turn to people who don't understand us. And
exactly.
So what can we turn to? We can turn to a scripture. We can turn to a book. We can turn to, a person, but not necessarily, because sometimes you don't want to put your burdens onto another person. So we all need something. And by asking this question, maybe one of our listeners or followers can listen to this and be like, and again, we're not putting down anybody else's religion, so you take it or you leave it, but maybe someone out there, this could resonate with someone. So thank you. And keep, send us the material that you want us to showcase your talents, and you are multifaceted. So we're not just competitors. This is beyond the barbell for a reason. We are more than what you see on stage. So whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you're proud of on that stage or off that stage, show it off. Show it off. So thank you. And if there's some, and I know I'm talking a lot, if there's more that you want, if there's something else that you want to leave us with, please be free. If we didn't ask a certain question and you want to let us know something, please let us know. And just the floor is yours at this point. So. No,
and just saying that women in general, I was inspired a lot by my grandmother. She used to, that's just one thing I wanted to say. I appreciate women like yourself, Zenobia, Laharna, it's inspiring to me to see you guys even before I got into the sport. I told my husband I considered doing physique because I saw DLB, like women like you who didn't let anything keep you from going for your goals as well. Like I said, with my grandmother, she was the fittest grandmother I could say, because she would lap us doing her walks around the mall. She was that grandmother you'd see. And my mom, she would always have my first reason for doing Tybo as a kid was because she bought the Tybo,
Not Billy
VHS as a
Blanks.
kid. Yes, So those types of things, women in my life and just women that I just look up to, I use that. All of them are my inspiration because of their physical desire of making sure to stay healthy and fit. And
Right.
that's just one of the reasons why I continue to do so. I encourage my dance mates at church, my colleagues, they reach out to me about things too. They make jokes on our work calls, like, well, we're not as fit as Brittanee, but, that type of thing. And so just hearing that and having those inspirations really just keep me going as well. Like you said, just finding those reasons to keep pushing through outside of scripture and so forth. So.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. We really, really appreciate it. And thank you for giving us some of those gems. We will definitely be using quite a bit of those. We'll definitely be posting up that scripture for sure. That was really, really beautiful. But we do have to unfortunately go. I wish we could just talk about this all day long. But we would love to have you back if you would be back.
Awesome. I would love that. Definitely.
Yes. We look forward to seeing what you do this season. I know it's going to be great. The package only gets better and better every time you get on stage. So we will definitely be looking out. Again, to our fans, to our supporters, thank you again for tuning in.